Hello everyone, my name is Eric, and you're watching the Uncanny Stream. And we're back once again. Not exactly in the land of Skyrim. Rather, Morrowind. Playing the Dragonborn DLC. Where we left off last time, I learned the final word of power of the Bend Will Shout. But Storn, the shaman of the Skull. I'm in trouble remembering names here. He was killed in the process. But
goodbye, old
so
friend.
now
We will...
I could go and face Mirok right now, but I'm not going to do that yet. First, I want to head back to Raven Rock. So we've got a couple of things I want to do first. Pretty sure I have some things
You
to
haven't seen
sell.
Cretius Corellius, have you? That foolish old man's taken my pickaxe again.
Why all the fuss over a pickaxe?
No, this isn't just your run-of-the-mill pickaxe. I'm talking about an ancient Nordic pickaxe. They don't exactly grow on trees, you know.
Can't you just get the guard to find creatures?
I prefer to handle these things on my own. Look, if you see Cretius, tell him to give me that pickaxe back, and I'll pay you for the trouble. The finest weapons and armor.
Alright, don't know if I have... Yeah, that I can sell. That should be it.
You tell Cretius he better give that pickaxe back to me, or else.
Alright. Pretty sure this is where I want to go. There we go. That seemed like an unusually long loading screen.
Damn it, woman. I said to leave me be.
Cretius, last time you explored the mine, you almost fell to your death. I'm not spending the rest of my days as a widow.
And I'm telling you that I'll do whatever it takes to find my great-grandfather's remains. He's down here. I can feel it.
That was almost 2 centuries ago. There may be nothing left to find.
Just let me go, woman.
Cretius, you're an obstinate old fool, and you're going to get yourself killed.
Who in the blazes are you? Can't you see I'm busy?
Busy doing what?
Why should I tell you? I don't even know who you are.
I'm just exploring.
Exploring, huh? Most folks think this place isn't worth the effort. But mark my words, these mines hold a secret that could put Raven Rock back on the map.
What sort of secret would be hidden here?
A secret the East Empire Company swept under the rug 2 centuries ago. It killed my great-grandfather and left Raven Rock with a worthless and tainted mine.
Who was your great-grandfather?
Gracian Kyrelius. He spent his entire life exploring ancient ruins across Tamriel. And he died in these very mines almost 200 years ago.
How did he die?
The East Empire Company called it a terrible accident, claiming that he was lost in a rockfall. But I know better.
What's your proof?
My wife and I were cleaning out our home, and we came across some of my great-grandfather's things locked in an old chest. I found an unsent letter he'd written to the East Empire Company, and a key.
What did the letter say?
It describes a discovery that was made in the mine by some of the diggers. They wanted Gratian to take a closer look. The East Empire Company must have felt it was of great value, as they locked that section of the mine off from everyone else.
The key is to the locked section?
It is. Well, I assume it is. I haven't been able to find the entrance.
I admit, this does sound suspicious.
Finally, someone who believes me. I'm telling you, there's something big down there. Something that the East Empire Company wanted to hide from everyone.
Why are you telling me all this?
Look, my wife nags that I'm too old to go traipsing around these mines chasing my story. Time's my enemy. It's caught up with me before I could find the answers that I'm looking for.
So you do need my help?
I do. I want to know what happened to Gratian, and what the East Empire Company is keeping from all of us.
Any idea where to start?
Gratian kept a journal of notes about his discoveries. If you can find his remains, I'm hoping it will help. Here's everything I have. The letter, the key. Please, do this for me, so I can finally regain the respect that I've lost. Be careful down there. Mine can be treacherous.
Oh, that made me jump. It's over here. Nothing. I'm not sure what kind of level scaling these story quests have, because I know that at least Mirok himself is one of the highest level characters in the game. His maximum level is actually 150.
Watch it.
But he's actually not the enemy that scales the highest. That distinction, in fact, belongs to the magic anomalies, believe it or not, because they scale infinitely with your level. Why magic anomalies do that, I couldn't tell you. But that's the reason that they're always so tough to kill. But I was actually thinking about that last night after I finished streaming, since I'm gonna be doing the main story quest last. Hopefully everything will scale with me and make it a little more challenging. Because as it stands, I've been kinda rinsing through everything. Oh, it's a master chest. I don't think I'll bother with that. Let's keep going. A bunch of alchemy ingredients. I think I will do an alchemy run at some point as well. Give me that. In fact, I might do that for my health only run, where I put all of my stats into health. Once again, Elemental Fury proving to be too much for these enemies to handle. I thought that guy would have better stuff. These Death Lords tend to carry ebony weapons. Maybe my level isn't high enough. Expert chest. Let's see if I can. There's apparently a certain sound that it makes when you're close to the right spot. But I can't say that I have ever really noticed it. There we go. And I do have a couple of things that I want to disenchant. I guess just the one. I don't think I'll really be doing any enchanting on this character, but I guess I might. But, I don't know. I don't really want to give up my Elemental Fury, because the Elemental Fury shout doesn't affect enchanted weapons. Ow. Oh, I see. I think they give you the arrows so you can... Oh, missed it. I shot over it. maybe I had to use all 3 words. Well, luckily I just quick-saved. So... didn't lose anything, other than a little dignity. There we go. Maybe I'm still used to my spell sword character and having basically maxed magic out. On my spell sword character I had basically maxed out magic resistance. I want to see what was over here first. Another chest. There we go. Avoid that pressure plate this time. Let's see what's going on down here. What are you doing, Lydia? Here's Gratian. It sure doesn't look like he was killed in a rock slide. Let's see what his journal says. Received a letter from the East Empire Company today. They say that some of the miners broke through the wall in Shaft 3 of Raven Rock Mine and found some ruins. I hope this isn't another waste of time like that fiasco they sent me to in Cyrodiil. I'll gather my assistant, Milius, and sail back to Raven Rock at first light. It'll be nice to see the old house in Solstheim again. Oh, I'm not going to read all this. Let's skip to the end. It's a drawing of some sort of weapon there. And he says, I've decided against my own better judgment to remove the Bloodskull blade from its pedestal. Milius seems completely against it, but we need to bring this wondrous artifact with us when we find a way out of the barrow. Oh, and they're trapped. Exploring has been slow. I'm fairly certain that the key to the door involves the use of the Bloodskull blade. Okay. And here it is. He won't be needing that gold. And so this is a unique two-handed sword. And as you can see, it releases an energy blast with power attacks. So, we're going to equip that. Here it is. So, you might notice that there are some lines in the wall here. And so, like the journal said, this sword, when you power attack, releases an energy wave like that. So what you need to do here is use your directional power attacks. So I'm holding down the trigger to do the power attack. Oh. And then I'm strafing to the side as I hold it to do the sideways power attack. So basically, as soon as I press and hold the trigger, I'm also moving the left stick sideways. Here I just need to use the vertical standing power attack. Alright. This is actually a really cool weapon. And you might notice that this that effect isn't an enchantment. So you will never have to recharge the weapon, which is really cool. Oh. There we go. Made it through almost unscathed. And I'm not going to open that chest just yet. Oh. Who is this? A dragon priest. Zakrisos. Again, taking a lot of damage from magic. Oh, he's right here. Okay, so this is a heavy armor dragon priest mask with a slightly different design than the ones that came with the base game. And as you can see, it just increases your shock resistance and shock damage.
Got a bad feeling about this.
Alright, so let's see what we... I guess I made it a little less dramatic by trying to get to the word wall first. I suppose this chest is here to kind of entice you. And then he rises up out of this pool here. But the reason I wanted to come here is because of this word wall, of course, and in particular because this is the second word of dragon aspect, which I will unlock right away. And I think I mentioned it last time, but as you can see, dragon aspect, although it is a shout, it acts more like a power because it can only be used once a day, which is really unfortunate. I'm trying to think if there's a shortcut out of here. I should say, I know there is, I just need to find it. Let's head back out here. Oh, I need to take the journal. There we go. Now escape Bloodskull Barrow. And it looks out. Just... uh-oh. That's stuck there. And again. It's nothing a quick healing spell can't fix. Oh, this doesn't go out the same way. Aha, and here we have another black book as well. And the real loot chest. Ooh, the Incinerate destruction spell. Used that as my spell sword. But I want this book. The winds of change. So, once again, we find ourselves in Hermaeus Mora's realm, or his plane of oblivion, which is known as Apocrypha. There he is. Seeker. Activate a scry here. Thought I saw an enemy. I can't get to him yet. And this thing fully restores your stamina. As the Seeker's attack does deplete it, I'm pretty sure. And they also drain your magicka with some of their attacks, so they can be tough to fight. Especially if you are a magic-focused character. I want this guy to step out of the... These guys always have tons of gold on them. I just didn't want to fight him standing in this pool, because it does damage you. Skill work. Words and philosophy, which increases your two-handed skill, which is kind of interesting. Some scrolls here, which I don't need. And vessel. Some books, a dagger, and that is it for this book. That's a very short one. So I think this is could be the first one you're supposed to find. Oh, that's right. So here we have Scholar's Insight, Companion's Insight, and Lover's Insight. So let's see what these... Oh, that's right. This one, reading skill books, gives you an extra skill point, which, that's actually pretty awesome. But, oh yeah, that's right. Lover's Insight, do 10% more damage. 2, and get 10% better prices from people of the opposite sex. But what I want is Companion's Insight, which makes it impossible for me to harm my followers. At least, yeah, during combat. So, let's get back to Solstheim. And, that's another ability that's really useful for spellcasting characters, especially. At least if you tend to use some of the area of effect destruction spells, like Fireball and things like that. Or Chain Lightning, or what have you. So this is where we were last time, if you recall. But you can't actually enter the barrow from this side. You can get into this area from this door, but obviously you can't just walk in through the back door, basically, of the dungeon and just get right to the book. But anyway, like I said, it's pretty self-explanatory. The Companion's Insight passive power just makes it so that you don't, it becomes impossible for you to hurt your followers in combat, which is potentially an important distinction. But I don't know why you would be potentially hurting your companion outside of combat. But I just like it because, like I said, on my spell sword character, I didn't particularly need it, actually, because Serana was my follower, and she is marked as essential, which means she can never die, basically, under any circumstances. But she could still be downed in combat. So, you were right all along.
Let me see that. Huh, I knew it. Gratian's death wasn't because of a rock fall. It was just a story to keep people away from the tombs. Now that I have his journal in hand, I can get some closure from the East Empire Company. Make them pay for lying to everyone.
Good luck with that.
Thank you. Now, I believe I owe you a little more than a debt of gratitude for all that work you did. Here, it's not much, but it's the best an old retired miner can do.
By the way, Glover wants his ancient Nordic pickaxe back.
The damn fool doesn't even deserve to have it. The pickaxe was made for mining, not selling. I'll bet he stole it from the Skald in the first place.
It doesn't belong to you.
Oh, very well. Here, tell him I hope he drops the thing on his foot. Mark my words, Raven Rock isn't finished yet.
Alright. And obviously, the pickaxe thing is meant to just lead you to the other quest, which leads you to, obviously the Dragon Priest, the Black Book, and the Word of Power.
I work for Mogrel. You got a problem, you talk to him.
You got a good thing going here now that you've reopened the mines. Don't let it go to waste.
Wow. Once again, word travels extremely quickly. I have your pickaxe.
So, you finally tracked down old Cretius, eh? Quite a character, isn't he? Tell you what, since you went through all the trouble of finding it for me and all, you keep it.
After all that, why?
I just wanted to remind that codger you can't just go around taking things from other people. Now that you've delivered the message, I'm satisfied. Besides, that pickaxe hasn't done me any good in years. Maybe you can put it to good use.
Alright.
Bring your weapons and armor to me. I'll fix it up right.
So, there actually is a difference between the ancient Nordic pickaxe and a regular pickaxe. Although, most of the time it doesn't really matter. But with the ancient Nordic pickaxe, you can mine Stalrim. Which you cannot do with a regular pickaxe. So, I'm gonna fast travel over here to Brodeer Grove. And we're gonna look for this missing member of the Skull tribe. Their smith, Baldur. And according to Deor Woodcutter, it seems like he was captured by elves.
Unless you're clear of this cabin, or you'll regret it.
Lydia didn't waste any time with that guy. Wow, the first hit is killing them. Oh. What is this guy wearing? Okay. One of them must have a key. There we go. And a handwritten note. I grow impatient with your lack of progress. Oh, sounds like a Darth Vader line. If you cannot break the smith, I will be forced to find a more capable interrogator. I expect your next report to contain more encouraging results. Signed A. Actually, let's take that. For evidence. Oh, speaking of Darth Vader, I recently saw...
Be careful. Help! Somebody!
Where is he? Oh, here we go. I recently saw Rogue One with my family before I moved. And it was really good.
But, outsider, I remember you. You're the one who freed the skull from the dark spell. Thank the All-Maker that you have come. These accursed elves have taken me from my home.
Are you hurt badly? Do you need healing?
No. No, my wounds are not serious. I don't think the elves were trying to harm me. Perhaps they intended to frighten me. At worst, I have a few bruises to show for my ordeal.
Why would the Thalmor abduct you?
I do not know this word, Thalmor. But if you mean the elves, they were trying to learn the secrets of forging Stalwart. Their leader, an elf named Ankarian, has a map.
Ankarian?
He says that it shows the location of a hidden source of Stalwart.
Perhaps he was the A who wrote that note? Stalrim? What's that?
Enchanted ice. As hard as iron and as cold as death. Stalrim can be forged into deadly weapons. But the art is known only to the smiths of the skull.
Where can I find this Ankarian?
They have a ship. They took me there and showed me the map. You will find it on the northern coast of the island. Please, do not let Ankarian make his weapons. Kill him or let him live. But take the map from him. It belongs with the skull. I will return to the village. When you have the map, please bring it to me there. And thank you. May the All-Maker bless your days.
Oh, is he not tied up? Maybe his hands are bound or something. I thought he was tied up against the pillar. Oops. There we go. And, so anyway, if you are a Star Wars fan, no doubt you've already seen Rogue One. But if you haven't, I would definitely recommend it. I enjoyed it a lot. Alright, so the map is way up here. let's head back to Saring's Watch. I don't think I can jump that far. Alright, and actually this area is of note. The Castle Karstag ruins. And that is because there's a secret boss that you can fight inside. Although you need an item from another location in order to do that. What?
Lost.
Who is talking?
I can't believe it. Lost.
Can I hear him all the way over here?
Lost.
Hold on. I gotta see what's going on here. But so that boss, Karstag, is another enemy who is, actually he doesn't scale. Rather, he is always
I can't believe it.
level 90, I believe.
Oh, that treasure. They attacked us. Those bastards at Frossel stole our treasure. Wait, forget I said that. That's my treasure. You can't have it.
Never should have come here.
Well, you didn't want to do that, but there's a Nordic sword, which looks pretty nice. And I think that would actually be a pretty, or at least a reasonably effective design for a weapon in real life. Although it would probably be more effective if that little notch or hook in the blade was a little bit bigger. That way you could use it to hook a shield or yank a weapon out of someone's hand or something like that. I'm just gonna do this the easy way.
You are trespassing here. I strongly suggest you move along.
I have business to discuss with your leader.
You will find him on the deck. Any hint of treachery, and your life is forfeit. Leave at once. Do not test me, or I promise that you will regret it.
I'm here about the Stalrim map.
So you know my purpose here, then? I suppose you must have found that dullard of a blacksmith. Unfortunately for you, my mission here is also a secret. To protect it, I have no choice but to silence you. Now, give me one good reason that I should not kill you where you stand.
That would be a bad idea.
I can see that is no idle threat. Very well. We will depart the island once we have loaded the ship. No weapon is worth dying for. Not even a weapon forged from Stalgrim. Here, give this map to the blacksmith. I have no further need of it.
I'm kind of surprised that that worked. And last time I mentioned these trading company locations. And the fact that there are several such. And in fact, I think this is actually a map of each of them. And in each of these locations, there is a lockbox that contains an East Empire Company pendant. And I found several of them during my Spellsword playthrough, but I don't actually know what you're supposed to do with them. Presumably there's someone on Solstheim who wants them or wants you to find them or something, but I'll just take that. Actually, as a matter of fact, I just remembered that last time the first time that I found one of those pendants, which was somewhere. Where would that have been? I'm not sure. But in one of those locations there is a note pinned to the wall of a shack with an arrow that reads only, "Meet me here at midnight." So I wonder if I wait there until midnight, if something would happen. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that was an unmarked location.
You'll be missed, old man. He was a good man. A strong center in the skull. Terrible times.
Can I not talk to him until
I trust you did it for the
I
good
finish
of the
this?
Terrible times.
Apparently not. Okay, so looks like it's time to do this. Can I read?
This is a good idea.
Well, alright, so once again, returning to Apocrypha for the final confrontation with Mirok. Seekers can also... Oh, that... I don't know if I've read that or not, but obviously it can't do anything for me since my smithing is already at 100. But the Seekers can summon clones of themselves like that. So you have to keep track of which one is the original. So picking up that book has unfolded the stairs. So moving on to chapter 3. I can't open that. Another seeker. Alchemy skill book. Oh, here's the second book that I need. Delving Pincers. Anything... Yeah, another skill book. And I've got to say, I'm kind of surprised at how fast I've gotten through the Dragonborn quest. Because this is the last part of the main story quest line of the DLC. But I suppose that's kind of how things usually go. So that you can make some pretty quick progress if you just kind of power through. Here's a third book, Prying Orbs. Next chapter. Seekers can do some pretty good damage. Maybe I will have to invest in enchanting a little bit, just for some magic resistance. Thing I need over there. Definitely take that though. What's over here? Oh right, because I think this. Oh. Well, I guess I'm not going that way. That's trippy. apparently isn't the right way to go. What am I doing here? Oh, here we go. Gnashing blades. Alright. So, I heard something move in here. I think... What? Where do I go? Oh. I think it's this way. Yeah, here we go. This area reminds me one of the other sort of challenge runs, I guess. It's not really so much of a challenge, but one of the things I thought about doing was to make a character whose goal is to collect every book in the game. But that's seeming a little intimidating, looking at all these new books that they added in this DLC. I was hoping that you guys would get a chance to see the effect of one of the other Black Book powers that I got last time, which is Dragonborn Force. It makes my unrelenting force shout do more damage, and it also gives it a chance to disintegrate enemies, which is pretty awesome. But I'm pretty sure that they have to have low health, and it's a very low chance as well, I'm pretty sure. Okay. So that has straightened out that path. Over here. And I actually am doing this, it may not seem like it from how easily I'm able to kill some of these enemies, but I am actually doing this this DLC at a much lower level than I was at on my spell sword. I'm just waiting for that. Get over here. Because I think when I did this on my spell sword, I was close to level 50. Maybe even above. I don't remember exactly. Oh, here's an interesting scroll. Frost Thrall. And that spell has a couple of different variants. Those being the Fire Thrall and Storm Thrall. And what those spells do is permanently summon an Atronach to follow you. So basically you use the spell once at very high magicka cost. And after that, that Atronach will follow you permanently. Although I think I'm pretty sure they can still die. And then in that case you would have to cast it again. Or if the Atronach were to be dismissed somehow, like if you have the perk from the conjuration tree and you accidentally hit it or something, things like that. But otherwise, that Atronach, like I said, will be a permanent follower. Okay, so got some pedestals around the room here with images on them. Obviously this one... Oh right, it's not quite so simple. But the gnashing blades are teeth. There's some of these pods around as well. Some loot. What's next? An eye, which is the prying orb. Oh wow, ebony armor. That's cool. What's next? Tentacles. The boneless limbs. Forgot that I switched shots. And finally, a set of claws or pincers. The delving pincers. So once you've got all of those books in the right spot, you can then read this one and go to chapter 6. Oh. Looks like a pod, but it's not lootable. Art of War Magic. Destruction skill book. And I do have... yeah, I do have it favorited. There's a word wall here, and this This is what I've been waiting for. The final word of dragon aspect. Oh, and I'm actually getting low on souls. Unlocking all these shouts. So now my objective is to use Bend Will to tame Sarotah. Oh wow, that did a whole lot of damage.
Hail, Fury. Your doom has the mastery. Climb aboard, and I will carry you to Mira.
Alright. So, let's ride a dragon. Which is something that you technically do as part of the main story of the base game. But only briefly. You don't get to control it like this. Although I'm not really controlling it per se.
Are you so easily swayed? No, not yet. We should greet our guest first. And so the first Dragonborn meets the last Dragonborn at the summit of Apocrypha. No doubt, just as Hermaeus Mora intended. He is a fickle master, you know. But now I will be free of him. My time in Apocrypha is over. You are here in your full power, and thus subject to my full power. You will die, and with the power of your soul, I will return to Solstheim and be master of my own fate once again.
Alright, let's use this shout. I think I'm actually gonna... He's marked for death. So at this point, he will retreat and send one of the dragons. Or no, he just absorbs it. Oh, my health must have gone to 50%. Because it summoned a spectral Dragonborn to help me fight. Because my health went to 50% or lower while I had Dragon Aspect active.
Did you think to escape me, Mirak? You can hide nothing from me here. No matter. I have found find a new Dragonborn to serve me.
May he be rewarded for his service, as I am.
Mira, harbor fantasies of rebellion against me. Learn from his example. Serve me faithfully, and you will continue to be richly rewarded.
Thus ends Mirak. I guess I can take all of his stuff. And I don't think there's any other loot here, except for what the dragons have. Or is there a chest somewhere? I don't think so. Alright, and we should... Oh, that's right, that's this thing. Which I don't completely understand. I think it just acts as making one of your perks legendary. What is this? Enchanting, alteration, restoration. Let me just see what this... You have no perks in this skill. I knew that. I just wanted to see what it would. I don't think I need to do this, because I want to keep those perks. Yeah, I don't have anything that I want to clear, so I'm not entirely sure why you would want to do this. I guess I'll have to look it up at some point. But I think... Actually, I can just do that right now. If you will bear with me for just a moment while I consult Google. Let's see what this does. Skyrim Waking Dreams clear perks. So, let's see. At the end of the quest, you will have access to different portals, one for each skill, which allow you to clear and regain any perks in that skill tree at the cost of 1 dragon soul. You remove all perks from a single skill perk tree, and can use these reclaimed perks on unlocking any perks you wish, including perks taken from said perk tree. By reading the Black Book Waking Dreams, you can return to Apocrypha and alter the skill trees whenever you wish. Okay. Yeah, so it seems like it is just basically allowing you to respec your perks at any time at the cost of dragon souls. So I don't need to do that right now. So let's go back to Solstheim. Gotta say, that was kind of an anticlimactic boss fight, wasn't it? Hopefully, the main quest will scale a little bit better.
My son and I gather items to trade with travelers who visit the village.
Alright, we're back in the Skull Village.
I can feel it. The tree stone is free again. The oneness of the land is restored. Does that mean... is it over? Is Miraak defeated?
It's over. Miraak is dead.
Then my father's sacrifice, it was not in vain. He died to free us. Tell me, was it the only way? Did he need to die?
I couldn't have defeated Miraak without Storn's help.
Then, it was the Allmaker's will, as said. I know I should not doubt it, but it is good to hear all the same. Thank you. One more thing, Scarfriend, if you will. I know it is not my place, but may I offer a word of advice? Of warning?
Sure, what is it?
As shaman of the Skull, I am charged with the spiritual well-being of my people. While you are not of the Skull, you are Scarfriend, and so I give you this warning. Hermamora forced you to serve him in order to defeat Miraak. Do not let him lure you further down the path. The Allmaker made you Dragonborn for a higher purpose. Do not forget that. Walk with the Allmaker, Scarfriend.
Alright. So, that is the end of the Dragonborn main quest. Now, let's see, this...
It is good to see you
there
again,
you
my
go.
friend. Did you
There
find
we
the elves
go.
at their ship?
Yes, and I brought you the map to the Stalrim source.
I know you faced great danger to bring this map to me. There are no words to tell how glad my heart is. Thank you, Brave. I name you Friend of the Skull, and I will trust you with the knowledge of Torgrim Stalrim. If you bring Stalrim here to my forge, you can use my tools to make what you will from it. Until our next meeting, Skull Friend. May your hunts always bring you game, and your crops grow tall and bountiful.
Oh, and actually, I might need to pick up some extra perks here. Because I think you need... Yeah, I'm pretty sure you need the ebony.
I heard from Dira how you went in search of Baldur. That was very brave.
You need the ebony smithing
In fact,
perk to make
that's just the
Stalrim,
kind
I'm
of
pretty sure.
courage I'm looking for.
I helped a man in need, that's all.
Modest as well as brave. Most admirable. I can see why the Skull think highly of you. Yes, I think you're just the adventurous sort I need. I have a job offer for you. As a scholar of history, I've always found Solstheim to be most intriguing. I've made many forays into the ancient ruins that cover the island. I've come to know those ruins so well, I could draw you a map from memory. That's why I noticed the new passage the moment I laid eyes on it.
A new passage to what?
An old tomb, I think. It must have been opened by an earthquake that accompanied one of the Red Mountain's eruptions. I'd love to have a closer look. Those old ruins can be dangerous, and I'm no adventurer. I'll pay you to watch my back down there. I'll be heading back there soon. If you're interested, meet me at the ruins and we'll see what we can find. Now I'm off to pack for the expedition.
Interesting.
My mother was Skull, but she left the village and I was born in Skyrim.
Okay. So, let's see if my theory is correct. Get orcish smithing and ebony smithing. Luckily we've got plenty of points to spare. And now I should be able to make, yeah, Stalrim. See what the mace looks like. Oh. there's also Stalin Light. Ooh, that bow is pretty. What's the sword look like?
Why have you never taken a wife?
Because I already have a wife. I wouldn't want to make her jealous.
Oh. What is her name, this secret wife of yours?
Her name is Forge. I'll be silent before she hears you and becomes angry. When will you make another snowberry?
My...
Volok's tomb. Alright.
And
I can do that. It's just fast travel to the Beast Stone. And I haven't done this Lost Legacy quest, as I think you have to do a new source of Stalrim first. And since I wasn't able to do that one, I also missed out on this quest. So let's see what this is all about. Here at Volok's tomb. Right, and here's Tharstan.
Remarkable, isn't it? This tomb has been hidden for, well, who knows how long. Many...
Oh, wow.
I had a look around, and the only interesting thing I've found...
I've never seen anything quite like that.
The switch below it. Now, I'm not sure if you can read the dragon language, but this seems to be a riddle of some sort. A sacrifice will bring you closer to that which you seek. I wonder what it means.
Let's see.
Mind your step. There seem to be some corpses strewn about on the
What
floor.
happens if I pull the handle? Nothing. Oh, did it open the... Oh!
I wonder if this fire pit has anything to do with the riddle. You go ahead and see what you can figure out. Now look around.
Is that what... Yeah? Let's see... Just gonna drag this Draugr over here.
Simply fascinating.
Let's see what happens.
Well done. Looks like we can head in either direction.
There we go.
You seem to know what you're doing. Why don't you lead the way?
And what exactly... let's go this way. Switch back to Unrelenting Force. Hopefully we'll be able to disintegrate someone. Things you can only say when you're talking about video games, right? So let me see. Oh, let's see. Oh, and so obviously you can see, normally that would have sent Lydia flying, but it did not because of that Companion's Insight power that I got earlier. What do we have here?
Pillars. Other than that plaque, there doesn't seem to be anything else worthy of note. Let's see what the inscription says.
Say, Staff of
All men must
Flames,
die. Often by
Ancient Lord Sword, and Ancient Lord Bow.
Sounds rather grim if you ask me.
Whoops.
The inscription must be a reference to these pillars.
What does it say? All men must die, often by their own means.
3 pillars surrounding a central one.
Valar
Perhaps they're
Morghulis?
connected somehow. They also have glowing stones of some kind at the top. They look vaguely similar to drawings I've seen of objects called impact stones. Well, see what you can figure out.
Impact
I'm
stone.
going to inspect these pillars further to see if I've missed something.
Okay, so the bow is here. Somehow they fell off the... I don't know if Lydia knocked them over or what. Let's see. Impact stone.
Ah, that's the trick.
Okay. Alright. And... I wonder if I can use... No. Doesn't seem like it counts as a spell. It's alright.
There you go.
Nice.
Now let's see what mysteries await. It's in the next room.
Once again, a pretty straightforward puzzle. Ooh, and there's a word of power here. As well as... Draw the death. Cool. Oh, wow, where did I go? Amethyst claw, left half. Ebony bow. Let's see what this word is. And I actually have no idea what this is, since I haven't done this quest yet.
These runes have faded a bit.
Loyal Battle Fury.
Translate the inscription.
What the heck is that? Your Thuum enchants your nearby allies' weapons, allowing them to attack faster? Elemental Fury for my followers? Yes, please.
The writing describes a guardian who defeated someone named Mirak.
Oh,
In
wow.
fact, if I'm reading this correctly, it says that Mirak was a traitor. Most interesting. There's probably an exit through one of these sarcophagi. Let's get moving.
That's a great sword.
I wonder if I should have brought more torches.
Alright, so I'll definitely have to try out that shout. I wonder how much faster Lydia could attack with that Warhammer. Because that could actually be very useful. Because Warhammers and maces do swing the slowest within their respective categories of one-handed weapons and two-handed weapons. And you guys have definitely seen how well Elemental Fury synergizes with maces. Wow, can you imagine that? me swinging these maces like crazy as Lydia is doing the same with that ebony warhammer she's got. Oh, that'll be awesome. Adept chest. See if I can get it. Nope. Other way. $14 gold in an adept's chest. And what have we here?
I expect there's another riddle in here, along with a puzzle. Continue along the path. Don't tread where you've been. Interesting.
Oh, I know what this is.
Well, I'm pretty sure about two things. One, the riddle is most likely referring to these flat, square stones. Two, I'm not going anywhere near them.
Yeah, because these are fire traps. I'm pretty sure.
Only 5 more to go. Let's just hope something good happens with the last one.
Yeah, that's pretty simple.
The gates have opened.
You just have to step on all of them without retracing your steps. There's a multitude of ways you could do that. Another word of power. And more blocks. Oh, let's test out this, Oh, I don't even have to... Oh, look at how fast she swings. Oh, that's so good. Okay, that's cool.
Look, here's another one.
Here's the other half of the claw.
It's dragon language inscriptions on it. Let's find out what's written. This writing refers to a guardian who inspired both men and dragons.
Nice. Next word. Might as well unlock that.
The guardian was himself a dragon. Looks like a...
What's in here?
Good heavens, opened up along the
Oh,
wall.
that's one of my favorite weapons in the game. Glass battle axe.
Lead the way.
Oh, here we go. He's saying something that I can't hear. Oh. Oh.
Ah, so that's where that goes.
I did
All right.
not notice those
Let's see what we have next.
when I looked at this before.
Here's another riddle. Stay your course, to idle is to die. Well, at least it's straightforward. There appears to be a switch of some kind here. I'll just stand over here while you flip that switch.
see what it
By the nine, I've never seen anything like this. And don't look down.
Easy enough.
Splendid. I have no doubt you'll make it across. Let's see what awaits us ahead.
That's the exit.
That looks like quite a drop. Is there
This is
something moving down there?
That's interesting.
Just me? Are these
I survived that. I'm guessing, yep.
I'm guessing this one is the last.
I don't know, honestly, it almost makes it easier when it's faster. Since you don't have to, like, wait and kind of look around to where you need to go. Alright. Here, presumably, I need that amethyst claw. Interesting, but what's the pattern?
There must be hundreds of years of history etched in these walls. Too bad they seem too damaged to read.
What does he do? Well.
Looks like it needs some sort of key. Maybe those half-claws you found would fit in here if you put them together. It seems these rings can be moved. Perhaps there's enough undamaged text in these etchings to tell us the combination. Ah, yes. Here's something. The first one has to do with a breeze. Or maybe it's wind. The second one mentions the night sky and the moon. And the third has something to do with fire. It also seems to
Wind,
mention scales.
moon,
That's all I can make out from this picture. Check the rest and see if there's anything else. You keep trying out the combination.
wind, moon.
If only these walls would speak. I would love to hear the story.
And fire. Obviously the bird is lofted on the wind,
I didn't doubt you
the
first.
wolf howls at the moon, and the dragon breathes fire. Quick save again. Looks like this is it. Whoops. Oh, wow. Easy enough. He didn't have a mask, apparently.
Another of those dragon language inscriptions.
Presumably this is the third word. And it is. So let's unlock that.
Here's another mention of the Guardian. Only assume that this is the Guardian's tomb we're standing in now. It says that he was loyal, and his reward was an honorable death. Quite fascinating. How amazing! A real dragon priest! In all my years as a historian, I never thought I'd see anything like that. I suppose that was Valak. He must have had this entire place built for him so that he could maintain his vigil, even beyond death.
He must have been someone important.
Indeed. I knew that the dragon priests were thought to have been powerful men of great will, but I had no idea. Well, I suppose I've seen everything I came for, and you kept up your end of the bargain. I promised payment, and here it is. Now I think I'll spend some more time studying this word war. What a book this will make!
1,000 gold. Ebony shield, chitin shield, hide shield. Alright. Well, that was a cool dungeon. How do I leave? Whoops. Thought these would have been disabled once I killed the boss, but I guess not. Is there anything? No. So just backtrack? No, there's gotta be. Right? Is there were those barred doors? Guess not. Alright. So that's another Dragon Shout Master. One that I didn't even know existed. Oh, you know what these are? These are checkpoints. If you fall. I'm sure if you fall down, there's a way to get back up to the one that you were last at. So for example, if I had failed to reach that next platform, I would have fallen down here, I would have had to fight the enemies, but presumably there's a staircase somewhere that would have led me to this door on the other side. So I come back up, go through there, and I try again, right here. Okay, that makes sense. Same thing here. If I had failed to make it over there, I would have found a staircase somewhere that would take me right here. Alright. I'm glad that I discovered this quest. That should be a useful shout. And like I said, that was a neat dungeon. Now Let's see. Let's quick save again. I don't think I have any more quests for this area at the moment. But I know I can... It's the Citadel. If I go back to Raven Rock, there's another tomb that we can explore. Seems like it's been ages since I leveled up. I suppose my skills aren't going up as fast anymore. Here's another side quest. There's an actual increase.
No one here now. Thanks. I wasn't sure I'd make it off this farm alive. I wish I could have said the same for my man here.
What were those things?
Some of the Redoran Guard have taken to calling them ash spawn. Me, I don't care what they're called. All I know is they're a danger to Raven Rock and they need to be stopped.
How did that bring you to this old farm?
I was going to search for clues that might lead me to wherever they're coming from. I know it isn't the best place to start, but we know they've been coming from this direction.
I'd be glad to lend you a hand.
Good. I can use all the help I can get. Besides, I don't feel comfortable leaving Raven Rock behind. And I'd hate to lose any more Redoran Guard.
Very well. Where do I begin?
We were searching the farm when the ash spawn ambushed us. Have a look around and see if you can turn up anything useful. Report back to me if you discover anything unusual.
I always liked the elven weapons in this game. It just bugs me that the, I suppose you could call it a ricasso on the elven sword is so large. And by that I mean the, that part of the blade that is just above the guard. But in fact it's not really blade, because it's unsharpened. But I just like the gold sort of wing motif that the elven weapons have. I think it looks really nice. Once again, like the glass sword, it has that very pleasing leaf-shaped blade. And that kind of tapers in the middle. So there should be something. Something around here. That, oh, it's telling me to go over here. I thought this was still him standing there. Just need to search the remains of the ash spawn. So, we have a declaration of war. Raven Rock Stronghold. My calls for the unconditional surrender of your forces and an immediate cessation of all hostilities has been ignored numerous times. I therefore have no choice but to assume your purpose on Solstheim is hostile, and to treat Raven Rock Stronghold as an enemy of the Empire. I warn you, any attempt to breach Fort Frostmoth will be met with an equal level of aggression. I will do everything in my power to wipe you and your forces off the face of Tamriel. There will be no further communications between us. General Falk Scarius, Garrison Commander, Fort Frostmoth. Frostmoth? Oops, I gotta take it. I always forget about that.
Have you found something?
I discovered this note on one of the Ashspawn.
This is strange. The note says it's from General Falk Scarius, but that's impossible.
Impossible? Why?
Well, Carius was the Imperial garrison commander at Fort Frostmoth, but he died over 200 years ago when the Red Mountain leveled the place. There's no way he could still be alive.
What do you want me to do?
If General Carius is still alive, there must be something keeping him that way. I need you to head out to Fort Frostmoth and check it out. I'm gonna head back to Raven Rock and prepare the men for further assaults. Be careful. This General Carius sounds out of his mind.
Alright, so here's another quest. Which we can certainly do. I don't think it leads to any words of power, but we can still do it. And you never know what you might find in this game, just traveling from place to place. Anything else of note here? Oh, there's a trapdoor. And I think this is actually part of a quest as well. Oh, and here's netches, I think they're called. And these are obviously non-hostile. Very odd creatures. Okay, so what I am interested in is this place. Kolbjorn Barrow.
Damn it! What am I going to do?
What's the matter with you?
With me? What's the matter with you? Sorry, I've just had a lot of hawk-faced cowards coming by to mock my efforts. It probably can't hurt to tell you. You look mostly honest. The name's Rollis. Rollis Sedaris, out of Moorhold. I've got a financier waiting for me back on the mainland. Sent me here in the interests of obtaining some rare antiquities. The relics of Arzador. But this whole thing became a disaster right quick, let me tell you.
What happened?
You come out of the Northern Ashlands, you don't expect things to go easy, you know. But this was something outside my particular expertise. When I first got to Kolbjorn, you couldn't even see it. Buried in the ash, like most other things on this blasted island. Dug out a pile of the stuff taller than me just to find the barrel. Who knows how much to reach the door. Excavating isn't exactly my specialty. Even if it was, the ash storms
getting a drink of water.
faster than you can dig.
Why not hire some of the miners out of Raven Rock?
You think I've got that kind of money? No, I only get paid on delivery. Can't afford to go out of pocket for 1,000 septims on this. Takes money to make money, all that rot. There's a lot of it at the other end. But I can't get there without a little kick to start it off.
I've got some money. Are you looking for a partner?
What? Are you serious? Well, I think I could make that work. We can sort out the details of our little arrangement later. But for now, I'll manage the dig if you can manage the coin. Do you have the gold?
Of course.
It's all here. Well then, looks like I have a good bit of work to start on. I'll head back to Raven Rock and round up some diggers. Once we've got something worth looking at, I'll send word to you. Pleasure doing business with you, partner. I'll see you soon.
Okay. And so there are several parts to this quest. Basically, you need to keep funding Rallis's expedition, or his excavation, rather. But you have to wait quite a while in between. Interesting. I was gonna say, is there another enemy somewhere or what? Alright, so here is Fort Frostmouth. I guess that's what I'll call it. Here's an entrance.
Men, an invader has entered the fort. Prepare yourselves for an ambush.
I'm not sure
Fort
where he's
Frostmouth
supposed to
will
be.
never fall. Long live the Empire!
You don't have to know what you are to kill.
Oh, that's gonna take ages. Let's do this up close and personal. He's got jukes. There we go. Yeah, this bow is pretty awesome. And even at this distance, I don't have to aim above them to hit. Oh wow, that hit him? I thought that last one missed for sure. Alright, another one down.
Fire!
Just take the short way down. Fast way. There we go. And yeah, I guess we can just go inside. No need for a key or anything.
Huh?
forgot about these things. Another enemy unique to Dragonborn, these spiders. And, you can actually create these things and use them as weapons. And that is based on alchemy. That's not where I need to go. Basically, they are... Hold on. Let me just check. Yeah, that's a dead end. Basically, you make them with alchemy, and then you can throw them, and they have all kinds of different effects. There's different variants, like the jumping ones, like you just saw here, as well as ones that are invisible, I'm pretty sure. Oh, I can go this way. I didn't realize. And I'm pretty sure I'll get a key for that by the end of this. But so I don't know, if I do end up doing an alchemy run, I will probably end up using those, since they're really the only truly offensive weapon that alchemy has. Oh, here's the key. Ildari's journal. Almost a month since unearthing the crypt. I haven't seen a single spark of life in the general's remains. Making some progress. Oh wow, so this Ildari, it seems, brought the general back to life. And she's using a heartstone to do this, which is actually what Neloth's apprentice, Talvas, he was also... oh, actually that was the problem with what he was trying to do, is that he didn't have the heartstone. And I suppose we haven't seen how that turns out yet. I suppose I'll have to pay Neloth a visit, because I do want to get the rest of the black books as well. Let's see what's in here. Oh, that's right, this also. I was thinking it was barred, not blocked. There we go.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Oh, here we are. Oh. I was hoping it would be off of cooldown. That's okay. And now this guy has a weapon that hits incredibly hard. There we go. I already have this key. But yeah, and this is actually a unique weapon. The Champion's Cudgel, which with every hit has a 50% chance for each element, fire, frost, and shock, to do a certain amount of damage. And what that means is it's not a 50% chance to do one of those, it's a 50% chance for each. So it has a 50% chance to do fire damage, and a 50% chance to do frost damage, and a 50% chance to do shock damage. So you could potentially do all three types of damage with one hit. Which I'm sure, on top of being a warhammer, I'm sure that it is one of the most damaging weapons in the game. Okay. But yeah, so this fight took me a couple of tries. It was my spell sword. Oh, here's another copy of Deathbrand. And that is part of the quest. But the quest doesn't start by finding the book. And in fact, I'm not actually sure how you do start that quest. Alright, so now got to report back to the captain. Who is back in Raven Rock. And while we travel, I'm going to take a quick bathroom break. Alright, I am back. Let's see. The captain is just here.
What news do you bring from Fort Frostmoth?
I killed General Carius.
I had my suspicions that he was undead. How else could he have survived for over 200 years? It's a shame. There are quite a few tales of General Carius' exploits, including the founding of Raven Rock.
He'll no longer send his ash spawn.
Councillor Morvain told me to give this to you if you made it back
spawn.
in one piece. And you got rid of General Carius. Better than a soldier's pay, so you should be thankful.
Nice. 2,500 gold. Did you need something else from me?
I'm sorry to bother you, but Second Councillor Rano asked me to come find you. He said it's quite urgent.
Did he say what it was about?
All he wanted me to do is track you down and send you to him. Look, this is important. Even more important than wiping out the ash spawn. Please, go speak to the Second Councillor as soon as possible.
Okay. Oh. That's
Thank
convenient.
you for coming.
He was standing
After
right behind
everything
me.
you've already done for Raven Rock, I hate to ask for more, but I can't risk Councillor Morvain being killed.
He's in danger of being killed? How?
The Ulan family of House Lalu
A rival great house has placed a death mark on the Councillor's head.
Why would the Ulans want him dead?
It's a private matter. Let's just say they seek revenge for the execution of one of their own, ordered by Councillor Morvain himself. The problem is, I don't have any solid proof that anyone from House Lalu is hidden among us. Only my suspicions.
Your concern seems justified.
It may be justified, but it certainly isn't appreciated. Councillor Morvain simply feels that I'm being paranoid. I'm afraid that one day I'll awaken and discover him dead. I don't want it to come to that.
You feel an attack on the Councillor is imminent.
I do. I've received some information from my sources that there could be elements of Ulan's house, House Lalu, already in Ravenrock.
Why haven't you acted on the information?
Ravenrock is a small settlement, so it's hard to accomplish anything in secret. If any of them is from House Lalu, I wouldn't be able to make a move without them knowing.
How can I help?
I had a feeling you'd be willing to listen to me.
Where do I begin?
I need you to start out by being my eyes and ears. Search Ravenrock. See if you can root out these traitors. The best place to start would be Geldis Sadri, over at the Retching Netch Corner Club. If he provides you any leads, check them out before bringing them to my attention. Can't afford to make any mistakes. Don't worry.
We've got another side quest here.
Make way.
Well, the mine's open, people are buying drinks, and I'm making money again. Just like old times.
Adriel Arano said you might be able to help me.
Well, well, Adriel's got himself a spy, does he? Azura knows he needs all the help he can get. He's been chasing the Ulans for years now.
You think he's mistaken?
No. I just think he's going about this the wrong way.
You have a better idea?
Actually, I do. If you want to catch those slippery slaughterfish, you need to let them come to you.
How do I get them to do that?
There's an Ulan ancestral tomb near the temple. Someone's been leaving ash yam offerings on the altar inside. If you were to wait inside for whomever that is, I'm betting they'll have some of the answers you're looking for.
Why haven't you told Adriel about this?
What makes you think I haven't? Anytime Adriel and the Redarin Guard made a move, the Ulans must have been one step ahead and didn't show up.
Thanks for the tip.
You can thank me if it works. Until then, I'd head to the tomb and wait until your visitor shows up.
Alright.
Safe travels, Outlander.
Oh, I was gonna talk to... There was a woman sitting here, and I thought it looked like, Oh, is this her? Oh, I thought it was, the steward from Tel Mithrin. Alright.
Headed east. May want to give the Tel Mithrin a wide berth.
So here is the ancestral tomb. And we're supposed to just wait. Let's wait until evening. Here we go. Oh.
Ah, excuse me. I didn't realize there was anyone else here.
What are you doing here?
I presume the same thing you're doing, leaving an offering for the departed. Forgive my surprise. It's just that I wouldn't expect that sort of behavior from someone who isn't done that.
You aren't an Ulan.
Since there aren't any Ulans left on this island, I've taken it upon myself to leave the traditional offering in their stead.
I'll let you get to it then.
Oh, no bother. We all have a right to be here. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'd like to meditate a bit.
No sense in making any hasty accusations. So we'll just play it cool for now. What are we doing next? Report back to Adriel.
Citizen.
The mines are open and the shop is busy again.
I hope Gelders proved useful. Have you made any progress?
I suspect Talisu Severin is the culprit.
Talisu. Are you sure?
She was in the tomb.
So Gelders' plan worked, eh? Every time we tried it, no one would ever show up. If Telisu's involved in any sort of plot to harm Councillor Morvain, I'm going to need hard evidence to prove it.
So go search their house.
I'm not kicking down anyone's door until I have solid evidence in hand. If you're wrong about Talisu, things would quickly go downhill around here, and the real culprits might slip away. I can't afford for that to happen.
What if they try to stop me?
If you have evidence and it places your life in peril, I would expect you to do whatever you must to keep yourself alive.
It's not from your father.
Here, this key should open the front door of the manor in case they've locked it.
I'm so sorry, Gelders.
Good luck.
Please, tell me, what did he say?
Be careful.
He said he'll meet you
Severins
where
have
you met for
betrayed
the
us,
first time.
and they'll be
He
well
said he
armed.
knew me.
Plenty of work.
Excuse me.
With the Ashbourne threat taken care of, I can give my men the rest they deserve.
Alright, let's head inside.
Watch it, Talisu. I think we might have a visitor.
I won't allow you to ruin
Oh, it does still affect Lydia.
House
It didn't seem like it did
have its
before.
revenge.
Where's the other one?
I'll scatter your ashes myself. Is that your best? No. It's not my time.
I beg to differ. Wow, they sure had a lot of valuables on them. Here we go. The Ulan matter. Dear Councillor Salden, in a matter of days I believe we'll be ready. Our forces hidden within Ashfallow Citadel have been training night and day, ready to strike when we give the signal. With Captain Veleth distracted by the ash spawn attacks, the timing seems perfect. I've waited nearly a decade to exact my revenge upon Laryl Morvain for the death of my ancestor, and I long for the moment my blade will be drawn across his throat. The next letter you'll receive from me will include his head in a sack. Display it proudly in the halls of House Lalu, brother. From Vendil Ulan. Let's take that. Oh, there's another glass. Wow, how did they fit that in this safe? Must be bigger on the inside. That's stealing, so I'm not going to take any of that. Alright, let's report back. And despite that last comment, I am not actually a Doctor Who fan. I've heard many times that it's very good, but I have actually seen the first episode, or at least the first episode with what is his name? Christopher Eccleston. I've seen the first episode of him, but
did you find any evidence at Severin Manor yet?
I did, and it proves the Severin's guilt.
Then we finally have them for free. All that remains now is chasing them down and bringing them to justice.
I don't think they'll give up willingly.
Good. I'm going to send 2 of the best Reverend Guard we have to take them down. I want you to assist them any way you can.
I'll head there immediately.
See that you do. We can't afford to let these traitors slip away.
So where do you hail from, brother?
Ashfallow
Skyrim,
Citadel's
born
been
and
abandoned
raised.
for a long time.
Have any kin?
Ready for anything.
And I guess it's not that I dislike Doctor Who or anything like that. I've just never been particularly interested in watching it. And to be honest, it's only been sort of within the last 4 years or so that I really started watching a lot of TV. Because my friends in college got me hooked on The Walking Dead. And then after that I started watching Game of Thrones, Arrow, and The Flash. I guess that's mainly what I watch. I want to start watching Westworld for sure, because that looks really good. And also The Man in the High Castle, I think seems interesting as well. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Because I like alternate history
someone there?
Settings like that. Because from what I can tell, it's a setting pretty similar to that of Wolfenstein. Where am I going here? Oh. Where it's basically a what if the Nazis had won kind of deal. So I've been meaning to start watching that at some point.
Is someone there?
And I really want to see someone disintegrate. Like I said, I think they have to be low health. Alright, nothing particularly useful. Okay, it's not letting me shout. That,
Luckier than that.
oh. That's not what I need. There's one. And let's see. Ah, here we go. Oh. Well, I didn't want anyone getting at that. Don't want to step on... Ooh. Oops. Here we go. That's what I'm looking for. Let's pull that and that. And even when I was a kid, kind of getting back to what I was talking about, even then I'd never watched much TV.
I join you in death.
Like, I never watched SpongeBob or any of that stuff. My brother and I watched Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! And that was about it. Man, still no disintegration. Alright, that takes care of Vendil. Does he have anything? Oh, I want that. Alright, guess he doesn't have anything that we need. Another glass battle axe. Yeah, I'll have to do a two-handed playthrough of this game at some point. Doesn't look like there's anything in there. Just wondering where that chest is. And I just picked up this key for. I'm gonna check again one more time because I don't want to miss it. I feel like we just do. Oh. Because obviously I just opened that one. I didn't see it in here. Alright, it must be somewhere else. So let's get out of here. Yeah, because I don't know if I've mentioned it, but in fact, I have never used two-handed weapons in this game. Some Nordic boots. Because I've just always been drawn to the one-handed swords. So, I'll try to remember that. Maybe the, well, probably wouldn't be that good for the stamina only run, because I won't have much health. So I'm planning on using shield and one-handed for that run.
Can I help you?
Well, what happened? Were you able to track down Vendel? Out with it!
He's no longer a threat.
Then, it's finally over. What of the Reverend Guard I sent to assist you?
Slain by the Morag Tong.
Damn it. I was hoping to protect our people by sending them, not end up with casualties. To think that Vendel would stoop so low as to hire those fetchers. I'm glad you killed him.
I did what had to be done.
Wonderful. Simply wonderful. Councillor Morvain will be quite pleased when he hears about this.
I mean, he's...
Follow me, and I'll take you to the
right
councillor
here, right?
so you can speak to him yourself. Excuse me, Councillor Morvain. I have some wonderful news.
Adriel, I haven't seen a smile on your face like that in a long time.
This visitor has single-handedly dealt with a threat that could have ended your life. Vendel, Telesue, and Miri Severin weren't who they appeared to be. I'm afraid they were here to avenge Villa Ulen's death.
Vendel? But he's done so much for Raven Rock. How could this be possible?
They did it to gain our confidence, Councillor. They had us all fooled. I should have been more vigilant. I'm sorry.
Don't say that. It's not your fault, old friend. And you, step forward. What you've done for me, for all of Raven Rock, goes far beyond what I would have expected from a traveler to our town. For this, you have my deepest gratitude.
Thank you, Counselor.
Now, I'm certain Adriel was prepared to reward you appropriately for everything you've done. However, since a bit of coin hardly seems like enough, I've decided to provide something more substantial.
Oh?
Since the Severin family, or whoever they were, turned out to be criminals, their property is now forfeit. As Counselor, I hereby award you Severin Manor, and everything contained within. You've earned your citizenship here, and I hope you'll consider staying with us as a member of our community.
Alright, and that's the end of that quest. And you do get a trophy for that, or an achievement, if you're on PC or Xbox. Let's see. What next? Bloodskull Barrow. Sarah's Watch I cleared. Just trying to think. Oh, that's right. I want to go to that Stalrim source. I'm not sure if there are other words of power here that I haven't gotten. I know there's one more shout in Kolbjorn Barrow, but I need to wait on that until I hear from Rallis. Okay, so I should be able to around a little ways here to avoid this cliff. Oh, and this is a Reekling encampment. And these guys are hostile. Once again, not letting me shout. For reasons unknown. And actually, you can get these guys as followers if you do a certain quest, or if you there's basically two factions, and you can either take the Reekling's side or I don't know if they're considered Nords or Skal or what, but humans, basically. Oh, it's a bristleback. I was like, what the hell is that? I didn't recognize its profile at first. Right, just making my way up the mountain here. Not downtown. Here's another Reekling encampment. And you may have noticed I could actually pick up their spears. Oh man, unrelenting force. Anyway, you can actually use these Reekling spears as arrows. Here's a mine. I always kind of wished that there were more projectile weapons in this game, like throwing knives or spears and things like that. Alright. Here is the source. And I should still have that pickaxe on me. So let's grab some of this.
Like that.
There we go. So that's one. Takes longer to mine than other materials. Twice as long, in fact. It's taking me 6 hits to get one piece versus 3 for any other metal in the game. I'm wondering what this ruin is nearby. Looks like I might be able to make my way to it. There we go. Alright. So I only need enough Stalrim to make one item. That's right, White Ridge Barrow. So this is where you want to go if you're interested in the those alchemy spiders that we saw earlier. I'm gonna see what is at this other ruin up here. Oh. Ambush. Why does the game do this to me? Okay. Anyway, one day you guys will see me disintegrate someone with unrelenting force. But, apparently it is not this day. Just full of references today. Also rhymes, apparently. Wow, that's... That's a lot of blood. Oh, I remember this place. This is a neat area. I think there's a bear or something up there. And so these guys are werebears. Does that interrupt their... It did not interrupt the animation. But did... They died? From falling down the stairs? Wow. That's interesting. Anyway, that's... I think that's all that there is here. Oh. Look at these two. Oh yeah, I was wondering where Lydia is, but then I remembered that I've been climbing all over the mountains. Another troll. It would be funny if he could have tripped on that skull rolling down the mountain. I think this is, what's it called? Ben Congerica or something like that? I don't know how it's supposed to be pronounced. Yeah, okay, let me pause momentarily. Just want to see if there's any other shouts that I've missed in Solstheim. I have Battle Fury, I have Bend Will. Oh. That is fortuitous. There's one right here. Oh, and there was one at White Ridge. Well, now I've discovered it. I can just fast travel back there. So, we got more Reeklings to deal with. And the one thing I was kind of hoping for, though, with the infinite shout exploit, the zero cooldown shout exploit, is that I think it'd be kind of cool to use only shouts for combat and not even use weapons at all. I just need 2 more. Whoops. Jumped right into it. And I was talking about trophies earlier, and in fact I have almost perfected this game. The only trophies I'm missing are the one for forging an item out of Skyrim, which I will get very soon. In fact, I could get that at any point now that I've gotten some Skyrim. I haven't gotten the trophy for getting married yet. I still need, now that I'm listing them all, there's more than I felt like there was. But I still need the one for getting all of the werewolf perks and all of the vampire perks. But I think I'm going to dedicate separate playthroughs for those. It's a bunch of copies of the same book. Actually, here, let me show you what this book is. It's called The Lusty Argonian Maid. And I'll just read a couple of passages, and it's not so much a book, but a play, it seems like. So it lists an act in a scene. So the Argonian, the maid, whose name is Lifts Her Tail, says, "Certainly not, kind sir. I am here but to clean your chambers." And Crantius Colto replies, "Is that all you have come here for, little one? My chambers?" She says, "I have no idea what it is you imply, master. I am but a poor Argonian maid." Crantia says, "So you are, my dumpling, and a good one at that. Such strong legs and shapely tail." And kind of goes in that vein. He asks her to polish his spear. She remarks that it's huge and it could take her all night. So, there's that. Okay, and I did look it up just now, and I am only missing one shout from Solstheim. And like I said, the one word of it is here. The other, or I should say another, is in White Ridge Barrow that we just discovered. So I'm a little annoyed that I didn't go through there. But it's not a big deal. I can just fast travel back over there. And the final word of the shout is in Colbjorn Barrow, which will take quite some time to get to, because it requires ebony gauntlets. It requires fully excavating the tomb. So we'll be at the mercy of time on that. Hit him with that? I did. Oh, he died. Wow. Oh, there's the word wall. Just beyond there. I'll have to figure out how to open this gate. Let's see. There's a bird up here. Fish. Oh, right. I think you just literally have to look above. So, snake, snake. Whale and whale. It's a bird here. But over here, what is it? Let's see. I'm assuming that it's laying on the ground somewhere. But, I mean, there's literally 3 possibilities it can be. So, let's try it that way. No? Alright. Possibility 2. No. So, this should do it. There we go. And here is Cyclone. The first word. And in my opinion, this is a highly underwhelming shout. But I'll unlock it anyway. I forgot I have disarm.
Oh.
I never used that. But yeah, in my opinion, Unrelenting Force is pretty much superior to Cyclone in every way. Oh, is there a book here? I forgot all about that. Let's read it. The... oh, it's Untold Legends.
Not again.
I didn't realize that your followers had lines like that. I feel like I'd never really heard Serana say those kinds of things when I read the books. So, back in Apocrypha once more. Wow, that's a lot of grand soul gems. Okay. Not really sure what the point of this first chapter was, as they're called. So it basically just forced me to walk through for no real reason. It didn't introduce me to any gameplay mechanics or anything. Oh, it doesn't affect it. I didn't know. A Horker tusk. Why did it have that? That's interesting. Alright, looks like the game wants me to go that way. Yeah, because I think this actually goes to chapter 4. No, that's chapter 3. But it wants me to go to chapter 4. Well, I guess we'll follow the quest marker. Actually, I don't think... oops, that's not what I was trying to do. Also not what I was trying to do. Gonna have to... oh yeah, I'm still carrying the Blood Skull Blade. Okay, not sure why that isn't favorited. Now, did I ever... okay. Seekers. Yeah. Yeah, Soul Tear is a really good shout. Really, really good shout. Because it does... I think the highest flat damage of any shout. I hadn't read Beggar. That's interesting. Alright, I'm gonna increase my health again. Wow, I'm up to 90 one-handed. I suppose it goes up pretty quick, because I do so much freaking damage. Archery's still at 59. Light armor 66. I need 80 for that, and 70 for matching set. I need 60 in archery. Yeah, this build has been pretty darn light on perks, all things considered. I think almost for the... oh yeah, this is funny. Apparently this pod has a padlock on it. I think through almost the entire game I've had extra perks just kind of sitting around. Which is really pretty surprising to me, since I'm using 2 combat skills. But I guess there are other builds that use one-handed and archery and sneak, among other things. So I guess it's not that surprising. Oh, I think it opened on this side. Yeah, because really I'm using one-handed archery, light armor, smithing. And I think that's it. Right? I think that's all I'm invested in. Light armor, archery, one-handed, smithing. Yeah, I've only got perks in those. Alright, going to chapter 5. I'm not sure why we just skip over chapter 3. Maybe I'll check that out once I find the exit. Or maybe we'll end up going back there. Oh, and so I think in this miasma, my stamina doesn't regenerate, possibly. Got that to the worker. Man, it is just still unbelievable to me how much damage these things do. Not sure which way I'm supposed to go. What's this? Oh, this goes to chapter 3. Let's just see what's there. Oh, this was chapter 3? Okay. That's weird how it skips from what, 2 to 4 to 5 and then 3? Oh, did I go in a circle? I love that sound effect. That's a pretty good enchantment. Useful to have. Although I don't need it, since I'm a werewolf. So I'm already immune to disease. And I don't know if I ever finished my thought. I think I did mention that I'm planning on doing dedicated playthroughs where I only use werewolf form for combat and only use vampire form, vampire lord form, or at least as much as I can. I'll use them. Okay, black market, secret servant, and bardic knowledge. So this summons a merchant anywhere, which is kind of interesting. This one I actually might use either this one or secret servant. I'm planning on doing a merchant playthrough where I try to avoid combat, and my goal is just to make a lot of money and own the manor in Markarth, Vlindrel Manor. It's a bit of a quirkier playthrough, I guess, something that's not seen very often. And in fact, that brings me back to trophies that I'm missing, one of which is Golden Touch, which you unlock for having 100,000 gold on your person. So I think that will be my goal for that run. So this power summons a Dremora Butler to carry your excess items, which is kind of hilarious. But I think what I want is Bardic Knowledge, which increases your stamina regeneration for a short time. Let's go with that, since I use a lot of stamina to attack. And let's return to Solstheim.
Oh.
Alright. I think that's where I came from. No. I came this way. And the book was here. Alright, so now once we get out of here, we're gonna head back to White Ridge Barrow and get the second word of Cyclone. Not that way. There we go. Alright, back at the entrance. Alright, so, like I said, back to White Ridge. And, oh yeah, and I never mentioned that before, is that the advantage of using Stalrim armor and weapons is that they make frost enchantments more powerful. So if you put a frost damage enchantment on a Stalrim sword, that enchantment will be more powerful than if you put the same enchantment on a steel sword, for example. And same thing with armor and frost resist.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah, so here's more spiders. Here I'm moving around. Blended in. Almost didn't see him. I wonder if that's a real thing. An albino spider. Oh god. Probably it is. Because I think pretty much anything can be albino. In fact, I have seen
Do your worst.
A few albino people in my time. In fact, the main character in one of the books that I'm working on is an albino. And as a result, she faces a lot of discrimination and kind of suspicion, because in that world it's considered sort of bad luck and all these types of things. Well, that is not meant to reflect anything that occurs in reality. At least, I haven't heard of anything like that. But I suppose that kind of I'm sure there are people out there who are afraid of albino people or think they're unsettling or whatever. But I certainly don't feel that way. Not really sure what the point of this little secret room is here. Guess just some extra loot. Oh, missed him. Oh, wow. I'm surprised it survived. I didn't draw the bow all the way back, because it was closing in and I honestly didn't think I would need to, since this bow does a lot of damage. Alright, White Ridge Sanctum. This is where the word is. Because in this game, you have to wait until the bow is fully drawn in order to do full damage. Just like in real life, if you only drew the bow part way, it would have less force behind it. Wow, I think that killed. Oh, he changed direction. I'm just using the bow a little bit to change things up and hopefully get my skill up to 60. Alright, and so these are the spiders you can pick up. And when you have them, you can actually throw them. I think I want to explore this room further, because I'm pretty sure the word wall is up here. Oh, I missed it. Maybe not. Yeah, here we go. That is Dukon. I forgot he was here. And Dukon is it? Yeah. Like, what was the one I found earlier? Here's Mirat. Zakrisos. There's shock resistance, and increased shock spell damage. Dukon is the same for frost. Guess I'll take that. And Azadal is the same for fire. Here is Unleash Cyclone. Let's spend that, and actually let's equip that. And see what's in here. Bunch of things that I don't need. Oh, and there's another black book here? Wow. Let's read it.
Are you sure this is a good idea?
Let's see what this one is. Oh, yep, it's the one in the dark. I can't read it. Some stamina potions. Okay, so what happens here is that when I'm not in the light, I take damage. Oh, there's a thing here. I'll just follow this thing. Normally, what you can do here is just if you are a spellcasting character, you can just cast candlelight and just walk through here. But since I do not have that or a torch, that's what I was kind of looking around for. I will have to use these little hovering guys. There's another one. Uh-oh, where's it going? I'm gonna go back to Soul Territory. Why did you take? Backpedaled. Need a potion here for the first time in a while. I'm just gonna stand in the light here and shoot him full of arrows. I think. There we go. Heal up, and then where does this one go? Whatever. Just go here. Oh, I wonder if I just have to like run through here. Lurker up there, so that it seems like they're not really affected by Unrelenting Force. Let's see how they feel about Cyclone. Is there any light over here? No, it doesn't care about that either. Oh, I'm out of magic now. So I'm gonna use another couple of potions. Yeah, this was much easier when I could just use candlelight the whole time. Oh, wow. Is this... okay. Just gonna use potion... There we go. Is it? Whoa! Guess it is kind of chasing me. But I'm at the end, so... I'm not... Ugh. Chorus Pie. I'm not bothered about it. Oh wow, Ebony Gauntlets. Oh, there's that. Oh, I was at 60 already. I didn't even notice. Oh, so let's get that. I think these require... oh, because I don't have this. Hunter's Discipline's pretty good, Ranger's okay. Yeah, I just don't really need anything else here. Although Quick Shot would be good. Oh, and here's the tome for Flame Thrall. We found a scroll of Frost Thrall earlier. Is this not gonna... oh! That'll teach him. Alright, so this one... Seeker of Might, Seeker of Sorcery, Seeker of Shadows. I think it just increases your... oh, increases your effectiveness? That's cool. So I'll take Seeker of Might, obviously. Since I use warrior skills. And it just makes that 10% more effective. That is pretty cool. Basically just increases the benefits of all my perks. Oh, and I am still using the Lady Stone. I was wondering about that. I think I will keep that. Alright, let's get out of here. And I'm not sure offhand how many black books there are. I think it's 7, maybe? Alright. I think it just auto-saved, but I'll quick save anyway. Alright. So now, that's where I came from. What's this? Oh, this is just... if you fall down the chasm in the middle of the room, this is where you get back up. So I don't need to go this way. If you fall down here. And in that case, I just need to go this way. And I'm kind of conflicted about using these spiders on an alchemy character. Since I hate spiders, and I don't want to hold one in front of my face for the entire game. But I might. So anyway, this is where you actually make them. In this imbuing chamber here. So, like I said, I might dabble with this. Because you need these pods. I guess I'd have to find out how you get the pods. But anyway, that is certainly not anything that I need to be concerned about at the moment. What's over here? Just some more geodes. Oh, right, and that's why their base is in here, because they need the gems from these geodes. And I wonder if the pods... I guess you just kind of harvest them from... So that's what Cyclone does. Kinda flings them up in the air. It seems like Marilar was experimenting on people as well. Or maybe just testing the spiders against people. So those guys were locked in there. And he was all covered in webs, it seemed like. Oh, yep, so there's an ice spider, which you get from sapphires. And there's apparently a Dwemer ruin just on the other side of the cliff here. But I think what I'm gonna do for now is head back to town. And let's see, what do I need to do? Oh yeah, I can make a stallroom item. So let's do that. I think I can make... Where should I make the bow? I don't like that bow. I was thinking I would do the sword though. Well, let's make the bow. And that should be the trophy. Stallroom crafter.
I've got your back. I am at your command.
Alright, you can take that. Oh, she's gonna use the Bloodskull blade. That's fine. And you can take that. Though I'm sure, yeah, the Nordic bow that she already had is much better. Because it is legendary, of course.
You lead, I'll follow.
If you're looking for supplies, talk to Thetis.
Okay.
He'll set you up with
let's see. Yeah, right now I'm just waiting for a message from Raulis. So next, I think, is probably just going to be a lot of running around, learning more words of power. And I think we will start that next time. So for now, I'm going to hard save. And that will be all for tonight's stream. So thank you everyone very much for watching, coming out and supporting the stream, and thanks to everyone watching on YouTube as well. So, on that note, my name's Eric, this has been the Uncanny Stream, and I will see you soon.